Hi everyone, welcome back to Fairy Tales Tarot. I'm Andrea Elizabeth from Modern Maven Tarot, and today we are talking about the Magician. The Magician follows the Fool in traditional tarot. It is the number 1 card, which is an indicator of the individual, the self. So the Fool realizes that they want a fresh start, and they step out into the great unknown. They might even know what they want, but they don't know how to get there. And that's when the Magician comes in. The Magician is also ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. So not only is it important to think about how we communicate our intentions to others, most importantly, that communication is the communication we have with ourselves. Now, if we're going to communicate our intentions with others, we want to have the knowledge that comes with that. And that's something that I think in this instant gratification society is a little difficult when it comes to the Magician, because the most important part of that card is that manifesting can be yours through not only natural talents, but applied effort, okay? So we set the intentions out there, but then we have to do the work that goes along with it. Now, when you see the Magician in tarot, the Magician has no problem doing the work. There's usually a work table. They're usually working with the elements and some sort of like alchemy, with the actual element of Mercury sometimes. And it's the thoughts, it's the learning, right, that gets them to manifest what they want. And in mythology related to fairy tales, the Magician can be associated with Merlin, right? And Merlin is that magical mentor. Merlin is the wizard who usually has an apprentice of some sort. And that apprentice is usually younger and impatient, right? And so you can imagine the Fool starting on their journey and not knowing where to go. And they find themselves at a magical cottage, right? And that's where Merlin lives. And the Fool tells the wizard, I want to manifest this. And the wizard says, I can teach you how to do that. Well, the Fool might just want to, give me the short version, basically, right? Because again, the Fool is Uranus. It's that impatience, that rebellion. I just want it now. And the Magician knows that it takes time and patience and learning to manifest what you want. So you can think of a certain fairy tale where there is a magician and an apprentice, okay? Or a wizard and an apprentice. And the apprentice is told that they can learn how to be a wizard, but it's going to take time. So the apprentice is sick of waiting. And when the wizard leaves, they grab the magic book, they make the magic happen, but then they don't know how to control the magic, and then chaos ensues. And so you can think about that when it comes to the Magician, when you see the Magician in tarot readings. Yes, you can manifest what you want, but it's not only about communicating, it's not only about your thoughts, but it's about the applied effort, all right? So whatever you're trying to manifest, you set those intentions, but then you learn everything you can learn about that specific area that you're trying to manifest. The Magician is working with those elements, and through trial and error is how they get to where they are the master of their own domain. So remember too that going back to the individual, this is all about you and your applied effort, right? And when you communicate that, you will have those relationships and opportunities come to you. But we also want to make sure, if we're trying to manifest our best, that there's going to be time it takes to learn what we need to learn, right? To get to the level that we want to. So we can't have the impatience of the apprentice. The power of patience is the most important part, I think, to the Magician card, because you have to have faith that you will be okay no matter what on this journey of learning. And with that patience, you're going to become the Merlin, right, of your own domain, if you will. You can also think of Merlin in The Sword and the Stone. And I love this because the swords are communication and the element of air in tarot. The swords also indicate truth. And again, Merlin is a very patient, magical mentor with a very younger child energy. And there's a sense of impatience. But if you want to be the leader you want to be, you have to have that patience to manifest what you want. So when you see the Magician, don't forget, it's not only about the power of manifesting, but the power of patience that comes with that. Oh, and the Sword of the Stone is also going to come back in a future card. Can you guess which card that is? That's all for now with the Magician. I hope the quick analogy related to Merlin helped you understand the Magician and its power a little bit more in tarot. Tune in next time when we are going to be talking about the High Priestess. Can anybody guess which fairy tale I will be discussing when it comes to the High Priestess? Tune in next time. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.